Welcome to Doing Learning, everybody. It's McKyler, and I'm going to do Daniel some learning tonight.
I'm going to be learning.
You ready to learn?
Yeah, with the folks out there.
You and the folks, y'all got your popcorn.
No,
Front row.
no popcorn. I like
Not
clean hands.
kettle corn, just popcorn.
Oh.
You like what?
I want clean hands for this one. I want no butter.
Okay.
I want to catch what you're throwing at me of knowledge. I don't want it slipping away.
Wow. Okay. This is so metaphoric. This is great. This is great, Daniel. I have a question for you.
I might have a possible answer.
Why do you think the world is the way that it is?
It's a great question. Next question.
I had a follow-up question, but now I forgot. I had two questions that I wanted to try to lead this topic with you. Just because this one grew on me.
Okay.
And I did it with Andre a little bit, kind of on purpose and jokey at the beginning of like, oh yeah, look at I'm tying all these topics together, and kind of by accident.
Yeah.
I really did it by accident this time. This is like, when I'm doing my research on this one, I kept thinking everything is everything. Like everything is connected. So we're just going to go, and as they pop up, we'll kind of take notice of them.
Okay.
But I think you're going to be surprised how many of our past episodes are going to come up on this one.
Okay. This is fun.
So Daniel, actually I remember. Do you want to play a game?
Always.
Dumb question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't think you need to ask. You just need to do, because
Okay.
I'm all for it.
How about this? It's not even the guessing game. So let's take turns naming spices until one of us can't.
I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose this.
And I do not have notes. I have my other notes up here. I do not have like a list of spices.
Of rolling spices.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Do you want me to start off with the number one most commonly traded spice in all of human history? And we'll go from there.
Is it cinnamon?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Is cinnamon?
So you started with cinnamon. Thanks for
okay.
undercutting me.
Okay. It's not the guessing game, Daniel.
There are rules, Daniel. Black pepper.
Oh, okay.
Number one of all time. Almost like 70% of all spice trade has been black pepper.
Ah. Is there other? No, that's a dumb question. Never mind.
Is it your turn?
Does my cinnamon one count?
That was the first one.
Okay. Cumin.
All right. Nutmeg.
Salt.
Yeah. I'll give you salt. Some people don't.
Really?
For some kind of, I don't know.
I guess. What is the definition of spice?
Okay. Good question. Good segue. Spices that we're going to really talk about, we'll talk about where they come from. And almost all of them they're actually poisons or toxins from plants.
Okay.
So you've heard about this before. These are self-defense mechanisms for plants.
Okay.
From bacterias or bugs. Remember caffeine?
Yeah.
That's so sometimes. So like coffee and whatever tea, all the ones that we talked about.
Right.
They developed caffeine to protect themselves. Tobacco has nicotine to protect itself.
But does that mean nicotine is a spice?
No. So that's a good point. There are different mechanisms by which plants protect themselves. That's all I'm getting at.
Okay.
The other way that they do it is things that do turn into spices, like cinnamon.
Okay.
Or peppers having capsaicin and being spicy.
Okay,
and then you kind of dry them, grind them, and turn them into spices. So things like cayenne.
Yeah.
Or paprika is probably a better example.
Yeah.
Of a spice.
Okay.
More so than
like a spice,
pepper.
Spicy spice. Is that?
Not that paprika is spicy, but it comes from like peppers and stuff like that, right? So
saffron.
No, nice. Okay. Frankincense.
We were naming spices, not monsters. Come on, dude.
I can't wait till you do the episode on frankincense, the monster.
I bet you didn't know this one. Ampersand.
That's the and symbol. Is that what you mean?
I was hoping to trick you on that one. Be like, oh yeah, I didn't know.
I have deep vocabulary, Daniel. You cannot mess with me. Cloves.
Oh, that's a good one. I like cloves. Clavos in Spanish.
There you go. Okay. Allspice.
Like the deodorant.
That's Old Spice.
Oh yeah. Wow, I'm terrible at this.
You're pretty bad. Do you want to just guess something?
Is the mushroom one a spice?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one that they use pigs to sniff out.
Truffles?
Truffle.
I don't know. It's somewhere on it's kind of like a spectrum, sort of almost, right? Like, where do you draw the line? Because there's probably one somewhere.
I know saffron is a spice, but it's also, no, you wouldn't use a garnish because it's like one of the most expensive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. I think it currently is the most expensive. It takes like something really, really dumb, like 7,000 flowers or something to make a pound of saffron or something like that.
Dude.
And they're specifically bred to only have very few. It's actually like it's the stamen part of a flower. It's the part that sticks out in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Flowers, they only make like 2 or 3. And they were bred that way on purpose back in the day as a spice in order to elevate the prices. And so now that's how the plant is.
Wow.
So that way it's still expensive just because it's difficult.
That's insane. The only reason that besides that it's super expensive, the reason why that sticks in my brain is because I remember watching a cooking show, like an amateur cooks cooking show, and they're like plating all their food and stuff. And one of the contestants was like, "Oh, I need to like vibrant this thing up, whatever." Okay. And they go into the cupboard and they just see saffron. They don't know what it is, and they just grab it.
Cool, yeah.
And they just grab it and like throw it on top of their dish. And you just see the chefs are just like, you just threw like 20 grand to garnish a dish.
Yeah, I don't even know how much. Like, how much does saffron cost if you want to go buy it? Yeah, you don't see it at the stores, of course.
No.
So can you? Let's Google. See if you could go order some saffron up while we're chatting here.
Yeah, but isn't that like, I would never put an expensive spice like that in front of amateurs because then it's just gonna go to waste.
Yeah, that was a pretty bold move. I guess I don't know why they did that. Just because maybe somebody knew how to use it. That doesn't make any sense either.
I don't know this. The Williams Sonoma, you can buy some Williams Sonoma spice. It's actually not that bad. It's $16 for what's the quantity here?
Yeah, I was gonna say that matters a lot, like weight or
3 grams, so 0.11 ounces.
3 grams is not a lot.
No, 3 grams for $16.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah,
it's like, what is it in terms of like cost per ounce compared to gold? You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean,
how close is it to gold or silver or something like that?
A price of gold right now. Let's see. That's going to be so interesting. Per ounce, right? That's what we want to know.
Yeah. Let's try to put saffron per ounce and gold per ounce.
Okay, today,
hopefully not a troy ounce.
Gold per ounce is about 5,200. And then saffron cost per ounce.
Yeah, I wasn't listening when you said ounces, just heard the grams, so we probably could have just did the math, but
authentic high quality saffron generally costs between 500 and 1,500 per pound. That's a big
16
range.
Ounces.
So let's just go on the in between range. So a grand for an ounce.
A grand for a pound.
Oh, for a pound,
right? Which is 16 divided by 16. It's quite a lot less than gold,
but still for what it is.
Yeah. So the reason I would talk about this so long, why I think it's interesting, is because there are actual cases, documented cases from like medieval times where folks in England paid their rent with black pepper.
What?
Because it was worth, at different times, different spices were worth a lot, right? Like our spice cabinets are crazy nowadays.
Right.
Effectively, what you've seen your own spice cabinet when you're like, what am I feeling? What am I going to put in this thing? That spice cabinet back in the day would have made noblemen jealous, right? Just because of how difficult it was and how expensive they were. But yeah, at different times, different spices were worth equivalent to gold. We'll get into a little bit of that, but yeah. So there's an English phrase called peppercorn rent, which I've never heard of.
Nope.
But is because people would literally use black peppercorns as a form of currency because it was worth so much. Speaking of worth so much, just as a little bit of the intro in here, this is eventually all going to tie into what is the richest company that's ever been on the face of this planet. Do you know what it is?
The richest
company that's ever existed.
So like we're not talking about just spices now. We're just talking about just in general.
Yeah. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with spices. Is the winner.
Really?
Yes.
Is it I can't think of the company with it's red, it starts with a C. I can't.
Costco.
No. The one that sells the spices, it comes in like the plastic bottle, I think.
McCormick?
Oh yeah.
The C is the red.
Yeah.
Red, yeah. No, it's not McCormick.
Then I'm not sure.
The Dutch East India Company.
Okay. I'm not going to say I knew that, but as soon as you say it, it's just like, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll talk about how absolutely ridiculous that company got. But here's the numbers. I pick your favorite company if you want to go compare how much whatever company is worth. I mean, do like Tesla.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can go see how much that one was worth. It converted to today's dollars, the Dutch East India Company was worth roughly $7.9 trillion.
Ooh.
It's not even close.
Ooh.
You could combine Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Exxon, Berkshire Hathaway, Wells Fargo. Like you can probably throw in Tesla, and this is still dwarfs it. It's not even close.
Wait. You said used to?
Well, they don't exist anymore. Yeah.
How?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
So yeah, I won't call them the greatest company ever.
Yeah.
Because they're horrible. Colonialism across the planet was a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
They committed some really, really terrible atrocities. We will talk about them.
Okay.
So they were not the good guys by any means.
Okay.
And I would say they kind of fly under the radar in terms of like, did you know the Dutch were horrible at genocide? Probably not.
Nope.
Like the Netherlands seems. I mean, we already talked about the Netherlands. So
yeah.
have you seen all the episodes we've already talked about? They seem pretty benign and kind of on it, and just kind of almost a little bit laissez-faire, and just kind of like doing their thing. But in the early 1600s, they were horrible, flat out horrible. So we'll talk about them. But $7.9 trillion, which is absolutely ridiculous,
dude. That is insane. Like I can't even wrap my head around it. I'm trying to think like if right now I quit my job, I had even just 7.9 trillion. I didn't work. My kids wouldn't have to work. My kids' wouldn't have to work. Like, and
I don't know. You could go
ball out.
many generations.
Yeah, I can ball out. But I think I would run out of things to buy before I ran out of money.
You could probably spend like millions of dollars a day and be okay.
Which is insane to think about. Like that number is so big, so astronomical.
Yes.
That it's like, it's almost mythical, right? It's just that's the made up number.
Million, you're like, okay. Billion, you're like, okay. Trillion, that's where it just starts to be unfathomable.
Yeah, because like you said, like millions, it's like I can still kind of conceptualize that, like, because houses, worth,
Yeah.
a
1 million is one house.
You're
Okay.
like,
I don't know.
okay. But then, like you said, billion, okay, that's whatever, this X amount. Then trillion, it's like, yeah, like, just like you said, like, it just grows so much exponentially from million to trillion.
Yeah. It's like that's worth more than countries.
That's
Like a lot of countries put together. Like it's insane. It's crazy. So I wish I had something to be like, you could buy Europe with it.
yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Something
Like, if you're just looking at GDPs, I don't know. Can you buy Europe based on GDP with $1 trillion?
you said 7.9 trillion.
7.9 trillion. Yeah. I don't know what the total GDP of Europe is. I couldn't even guess. I see you over there feverishly looking something up. So I'm really curious where we're headed here.
The AI, I put what could you buy with 7.9 trillion, and
It's Google anything.
Google is like, what would you buy? and it's just
there is no limitation.
With 7.9 trillion, you could fundamentally reshape the global economy.
Yes.
By funding the entire infrastructure on the next generation of AI. Like,
okay.
I don't know
that's
why
a little
it goes there.
self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Google AI.
But that's just, you could fundamentally reshape the global economy by
Easily.
just doing anything you want.
Yep.
That's how much that is.
Crazy. So it's crazy. So that's kind of why I'm saying, like, why is the world the way that it is? In a lot of ways, it's because of spices. So let's talk about it a little bit. So we talked about kind of what scientifically spices are. But when you think of spices, where do you think of spices? Like, where do you think they're coming from?
Ground up stuff.
Like what countries?
Oh. Well,
the little jar in my cupboard.
from the
Sometimes
Costco.
The waiter brings it over.
Well, because you said the India trading, whatever it is, I automatically think of that, like Asian countries, like they use a lot of different flavors in their cooking style. So I would guess they have the what is it, the not the infrastructure, the land and climate. Thank you. To produce
environment. Sure. Yeah. Yes, you basically nailed it. Like if you look at the tropics, everywhere where there's coffee grown, there are going to be spices as well. So, yeah. What Canadian spices do you know of? I don't know that there's really any. You know what I mean?
Maple.
Okay, we'll call that a spice, just so we can link the episode in. Quick, someone say molasses now. Yeah, I don't know that sugar counts. It kind of does, because it behaves, it factors into the trade the same as the spices, but kind of occupies a different biological and whatever.
Gotcha.
So this is kind of fun. Do you want to play the guessing game?
Only always.
Okay. Where did vanilla come from? Like where was the very first plant where vanilla sprang up?
I know this is wrong, but I for whatever reason, the first thing that came into my mind, somewhere cold, somewhere
Daniel,
snowy.
we just talked about this.
I know. I don't know why. It was just like
vanilla ice cream.
Maybe.
Wrong. You are wrong. You're right. You're right that you were wrong.
Colombia.
This is going to hurt, Daniel.
Mexico?
Yes. How about paprika?
Same?
Yes.
Okay.
Black pepper?
Oh, that definitely came from like somewhere in Europe.
Southern India.
Of course.
So, let's talk about it a little bit too, because Europe was a huge consumer of the spice trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
They purchased a lot. Same with tea and coffee, right? All these things. The contributions that we'll say Europe did to spices and things like that are all Mediterranean spices. So, You're not thinking like Northern Europe. You're thinking like Italy and Greece, and
Okay.
then maybe some of the north coast of Africa for certain things. It's like oregano.
Okay.
It's like things like when you think in like Italian seasoning, bay leaves, like stuff like that.
Mm.
Those are Mediterranean. Hard to say European exclusively, but Mediterranean. So that's their contribution.
Okay.
But things like black pepper comes from India, cinnamon, Sri Lanka, cloves, nutmeg, mace come from the Spice Islands,
Okay.
which you've probably seen it at the store. There is a brand called the Spice Islands,
Probably.
which I think is really interesting.
It sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
I don't know why it sounds familiar.
So there's a little cluster of islands called the Spice Islands because this is where they all grow.
Mm.
We'll talk about that a little bit too. Ginger apparently is considered a spice. That's from China and Southeast Asia.
Ginger in its like full root.
The root, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, things like sassafras also count.
Okay.
Licorice, like things like that can be considered spices because they're roots and they're parts of plants that you turn into like a food item. It's kind of weird.
What does licorice look like? I know this
is a root.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because whoa. It basically looks like a twig.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I guess I've never seen it because I've only ever seen it in red and black licorice. So I'm just like I know what the flavor is.
Yeah, okay. You're not wrong. Oh, man. Those are Twizzlers.
Red vines?
Red vines. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Cardamom, turmeric, a whole bunch of them come from India. Nutmeg, we're going to talk about a little bit later. It was a big deal.
Okay.
But also was part of the Banda Islands, which is kind of close to, it's all in Indonesia. So it's really close to the Spice Islands.
Okay. So there's the Band Islands and then the Spice Islands?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yep. Just like different parts of Indonesia where these plants grow.
wait, are the Spice Islands near Indonesia as well then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, all of that area is just tons of islands, right?
are they just named differently to kind of like know kind of where you're getting your spice, or are they kind of?
They were colloquially, well, the Spice Islands were not, they're called the Moluccas.
Okay.
And so they're colloquially named. So there's like different tribes and stuff that live there that were like, this is where we live. These islands are ours. Same like Hawaiian Islands, right?
Right.
Same kind of thing. So geographically kind of located near each other,
Mm-hmm.
and they all identify with each other. So that's kind of how they form their little societies there.
Yeah.
So we'll call those the borders.
Okay.
Borders.
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
Islands.
And that's what I was asking. Like if that's why they're called that, because otherwise you could theoretically call them all Spice Islands.
It's a slippery slope.
Right.
Yes.
But
yeah, the Spice Islands themselves were like a concentration of some really potent, very variety driven spices.
Gotcha.
So they're like the big daddy.
Cool. That paints a clearer picture.
So we talked about this again. This happens all across like the middle of the globe again, because it doesn't get cold. So plants don't have a chance to freeze, and that kind of cleanses plants from bacterias. A lot of them anyway. So they just don't get the chance to develop.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to develop other ways of dealing with bacteria and pests and that kind of stuff. So that's why spices are where they are. So spices have been traded forever. I mean, thousands of years. There's been an ancient spice trade. At this point in time, it was kind of all in like the Far East, we'll say, and like areas like Indonesia, China, in the Indian Ocean area up the coast of China, kind of in that area. It was really, really big. But as trade routes started to establish across the world, so think they did it across the ocean up towards like the Middle East, but then you had the Silk Road coming across all of Asia, right?
Have we talked about the
We have
Silk
not
Road?
talked about the Silk Road.
Oh my gosh. That's kind of amazing that hasn't been brought up.
I've looked at it and I was like, I don't know exactly how to whatever. So there's still a big, we could talk a lot about the Silk Road. So
kind of bothers me. We haven't.
I know. Huh? I almost did it last summer, but I don't know. something else popped up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta chase that one. I'll chase that one. I'll chase that one.
Yeah.
So those start establishing. So then there's goods coming across and things like that. Well, the way that this worked is because the way that trade and commerce worked is that there was a lot of middlemen along the way, because long distance travel, we really kind of didn't do that. This is like thousands of years ago, right? So think like 700 BCE or 400 BCE, you know, or when like the Greeks are like oregano, and they're like, let's go buy some spices from from the guys in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Let's go down to Egypt, to Alexandria.
Yeah.
Seven
Big
wonders.
hub.
Huge hub there, because the way geographically it works, right? You can sail all the way up past Saudi Arabia through the Suez. It's not now; it's the Suez Canal, but now it's whatever that geographic feature is. We're a little bit of water.
Yeah.
Like a bay, whatever. There was that just a very short bit of land right there, and so Alexander the Great decided, he's a smart dude. He's like, oh, cool. I can see both sides of the water here. I'm going to establish a huge trading post on the Mediterranean coast, and we're going to shuttle everybody through and be the middlemen for all of this huge spice trade.
Yeah.
We're going to take all this really, really difficult to get spices, put them over here, and then distribute them to Europe and charge exorbitant prices.
Wow.
So, and that happened in a couple places along the Mediterranean. But it would go and it would go and it would go to like all these different middlemen, to the point where they would sell the prices, like the final price to the consumer was anywhere from like 15 to 20 times the price, the original purchase price of whatever material it was.
That's atrocious.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Oh my gosh.
Just because you can't get it anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
So
we're so lucky with this same day shipping, dude.
Oh my gosh,
and just
right?
like getting it like that.
Yeah. Well, think about this. This is even more interesting. So there's kind of I always think of the beginning of Aladdin, right? The merchant.
Yeah.
Of just like the shrewd Middle Eastern market folk who are like, what they would do is the Europeans did not know where spices came from. They had no idea.
They just knew it was there.
They just were like, this stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a status symbol. It tastes good. Like all this stuff. But they kept it a secret. They're like
from the Europeans, like
so they would say things like, where's my list? They claimed cinnamon grew in shallow lakes guarded by winged animals. This one was really funny. I didn't read too much into this, so again, go do it yourself. They invented the Cynomologus, a giant bird that built its nest from cinnamon sticks. You had to bait it with huge chunks of meat, and when the bird carried the heavy meat back, the nest would collapse and you could scoop up the cinnamon.
Cynomologus?
Cynomologus.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
It sounds like someone goes to get their Patronus and it's just like cinnamon.
That, I think that deserves maybe a little bit of short. I feel like there's some
Cynomologus.
like
there you go.
Like some kind of what is it, like maybe a scare, like because it is, right, they're telling them stories about it.
Yeah, and
I'm
like,
sure there's,
well, you can't get it, it's so tough to get.
I'm
That's
sure
why
there's
it's so expensive.
so many stories of like, oh my gosh, like we tried to go get it, we lost 3 men or something. Like I'm sure.
Yeah, we had to fight it for a week, and then this is all that we got from it. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, the stories behind that, it would probably
just drives the price up and up and up. And it keeps their stuff a secret, so they can't go get it. You can't go get it yourself because you don't know where it is. So I thought that was really, really interesting. This is really funny. This specifically, the Roman writer Pliny the Elder.
Pliny.
Do you remember? You remember that one?
Why did
Beer.
right?
There's a
Oh my gosh.
The Roman writer Pliny the Elder eventually called out these merchant people, saying, all these tales have been evidently invented for the purpose of enhancing the price of these commodities.
Oh, Pliny.
Everything is everything, dude. Like, there he is, Pliny the Elder, our beer guy, talking about Middle Eastern spice traders.
Spice trade.
Come on, man. Come on. So
Pliny
pretty
strikes
awesome.
again.
Pliny strikes again.
He transcends.
So on the European side, there's a couple of really, really major trade areas for spices.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Venice.
Okay.
So because it's another port city, and it's on the eastern side. So the route from, I suppose you could go to Rome fairly easily, although Rome is not a coastal city, right? That's on purpose to protect itself.
But
You can
all
get to it,
roads lead to Rome.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
All water roads too. But anyway, Venice dominated Europe's spice imports. The other really big one was the Netherlands, Amsterdam.
Oh.
So the way that one worked, right, is so you have the trade coming off the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a map with my hands.
Yeah,
and it's backwards from Daniel's
and I'm trying to envision it in my brain.
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
looking up at the ceiling
Yeah,
as
yeah.
if there's a map up there.
We should put a map in here, honestly. So they come up up the Suez and go out of
Okay.
Alexandria,
Okay.
or they come across the Silk Road, or there's one other place that you can go, is once you go through the Mediterranean, you can go to the Black Sea after you go through Constantinople, which is another major hub.
Istanbul.
Mm-hmm. Put a note in that one later. It's going to come up again. So they did the same thing, just like Alexandria. But then there was another route that kind of went up through there, and then was kind of a land route again that kind of went out through like Northern Europe. Think around areas like Poland and Estonia
Okay.
kind of area. But they ended up concentrating then. They would come down and into Amsterdam. So once it got to the water, it would go around to Amsterdam.
Okay.
So they were a huge hub. So
yeah.
that's where the Dutch start to get involved.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. So
I love the boop 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 boops.
that's always me scrolling. So there's a few things that started to happen that really started to change things. And it really involves the Portuguese. So
okay.
we
Wow.
know-
We're going.
we're going over there. So we know where Portugal is, right?
Yeah.
They're actually really strategically located for shipping. So they can easily have access to the North Atlantic and go up to Amsterdam,
Mm-hmm.
or they can go down and around into the Mediterranean, or eventually they find out they can go kind of down the coast of Africa and around. So
Yeah.
what really happened is in 1453, the Ottomans conquered Constantinople.
Okay.
And so the eastern side of the Mediterranean really got kind of locked down, and there's just like this huge grip on the trade. It was already, they were controlling the flow of the spice, right? Into Europe. And so they could do whatever they wanted to. So they're like, hey, how can we just like bypass this whole thing? They're like, and what else happened is, so they're like, okay, well, we can sail around Africa, but we still don't know where these things are coming from. But as they start to learn where these things are coming from,
Yeah.
then there's more motivation to get over there. So a couple of fellows, and again, this is colonialism at its best.
Yeah.
None of these names are in particular heroes. Some of them probably are more hero-like than others. Some of them less so. So anyway, these are just people. 1488, Bartholomew Diaz sails to the Cape of Good Hope.
That's a pretty cool name, Bartholomew
Diaz.
Diaz. He sails to what? I'm sorry.
The southern point of Africa.
Okay.
And proves that it can be done. This was really interesting. they were sailing down the coast of Africa, and they found it really difficult, actually, because there's a northerly current there. It
Okay.
actually cycles through the Atlantic. And so they found it faster sometimes to sail out like towards Brazil and then down and around and over, rather than down the coast of Africa, because you could just ride the currents.
Oh,
I was like, that's crazy.
yeah.
And it also explains a couple of things because they're moving so slow. All of this kind of stuff builds on itself and is happening a little bit at the same time, but builds. The Portuguese were, well, a lot of the Western European nations were really they really were the drivers of like what we think of as the slave trade. Slave trade has been around for as long as people have been around, right? So why that got so intense was because they were coming down the coast of Africa, and it'd take so long, and they would have to, stop often, or, they're just over there, or it's taking forever. So then there became kind of a different urge to, I'm skipping around a little bit too, is like once Columbus goes west and establishes some contact over there, then it establishes like, well, instead of going south and around Africa, we can go do other stuff like in the Caribbean and areas like that where there's other spices.
Yeah.
They just start doing slave trade because it takes too long to get around the other way. So they're like, well, we're here. Boom, boom, boom. Get some local people, smuggle them over here because it's easy to sail west. Go to places like Brazil, go to places like the Caribbean, and other areas like that, and have slaves work in the sugar and spice fields.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yep.
Because it's so lucrative. So again, it just kind of feeds itself. But anyway, back to the late 1400s. You know this guy, Vasco da Gama? Have you heard that one? You've heard that one.
Have I?
You should. He's like one of the most... He's got a cool name too.
Vasco
da Gama.
da Gama.
So he basically did the same route as Diaz did, but he kept going. And he actually went all the way to Europe and landed in what becomes Calcutta, India. I said Europe. I meant India.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
India. So he lands right where in the heart of black pepper trade.
Okay.
So he lost 2 of his 4 ships and like half of his crew, but made an enormous profit on the trip.
He lost it because of just...
It's just an arduous trip.
Yeah.
Mostly around the tip of Africa.
Okay.
Is anytime you're way down there by Antarctica.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Another episode. Everything is everything. It really, really difficult waters to traverse. So it's a long way. And people didn't really travel across the world at this point in time. And these guys were kind of revolutionaries in that way, right?
Definitely. Jeez.
So Portugal.
I definitely have a map of just kind of like,
yeah,
because it was very hard to keep track.
We're going global, man.
Yeah, this is crazy. And to be honest, like I don't care to sound dumb or anything, dude. When you said Portugal, my immediate thought was to go to South America on the map. Well, which is crazy because until this point, I guess I never knew where Portugal was, which is kind of crazy.
It's a little bit. It's easy to overlook. It's the face of Spain
because it's like, yeah, because I'm like, okay, South America, like Brazil, Portuguese, it has to be around there.
Yeah. Which that's a very interesting point because it's the only country in South America where they speak Portuguese instead of Spanish.
Yeah.
And that's because a Portuguese sailor or captain or whatever, I don't know if they got blown out to sea or something like that, but they ended up in Brazil and established stuff over there instead of going this way to the spice trade.
Insane.
So that's why Brazil speaks Portuguese.
Yeah, I seriously immediately went over there and then you were talking about stuff. I'm like, wait, that's no.
Yep.
And then I had to go back. I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess I never actually knew where that was, which is insane.
Yep.
Just a side story because following the map is really awesome.
Fun, huh?
Yeah.
So at this point, Portugal has got it figured out.
Yeah.
And so they kind of established the stranglehold on the spice trade. And they basically had a monopoly on the direct spice trade, the spice route, for like almost 100 years.
Mm.
So this is what kind of inspires, we'll say, Columbus to go try to find a different route to India, is to try to find a more direct route to India to get spices faster. Right. So,
wow,
of course,
I'm definitely doing some learning here. Like that's because like you always hear it, like
oh,
growing up.
Oh, you discovered the new world.
Yeah, whatever. But
why?
Why? Yeah. Why?
Yep. So, there you go. He convinced Spain to fund his voyage. So Spain was tied into this because their next door neighbors are the Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the hold on everything. So Spain is super motivated to find a faster way to do it. So then, Portugal doesn't have the control over them.
That totally makes sense. They're right next to each other.
They're right there.
Gosh.
So he didn't get to India, but he did find all kinds of different spices, right?
Mm-hmm.
So chili peppers, vanilla, cacao, all that kind of stuff. What's really interesting to think about is a lot of chili peppers. Like you think of like I did not look into this, but my curiosity it went there. I read something that was like India and the Far East did not have chilies, like chili peppers, in their diet until they came from like Mexico and the Americas. It's like you think of like Thai chili peppers, or like Thai sweet chili, whatever. India's got crazy peppers going on.
Yeah.
That wasn't really a thing until they came from the West. So I haven't confirmed that, but
yeah, because it's almost like nowadays it's a part of their identity, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the world is connected, man.
Yeah. And
it was even in the late 1400s. So the Portuguese were the ones in 1512. Antonio de Abreu found the Moluccas. So he discovered where nutmeg and cloves came from. And this was such a big deal because nutmeg and cloves only came from here. Like some of these other spices have bigger ranges. They might be in multiple places.
Right.
Nutmeg and cloves came from these islands. That's it. So big deal. So we'll remember that here for a little bit. So now enter the Dutch East India Company.
Okay.
So I'm catching up on my notes real quick. So in the late 1500s, the Dutch were at war with Spain. Portugal at some point had kind of unionized with Spain in the late 1500s.
Okay.
And so Dutch versus Spain and Portugal as part of this, the Dutch merchants obtained some intelligence about the Portuguese spice trade. And so they're like, hey, we've got some intel. We know where the spice is. So they're like, cool, we're going to go get it directly. One of the early fleets, 1598, was one of the first Dutch expeditions to reach the Spice Islands. Jacob van Neck was the the captain. It returned with a 400% profit. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I 400% of anything is like net yeah.
Well, and imagine how expensive these trips were. I mean, you're sailing across the freaking planet. You know what I mean? With a crew for months. The problem with this, Daniel, was that there were a bunch of Dutch companies that were fighting for this. So they kept undercutting each other and reducing the prices.
Yep.
So the Dutch, being absolutely brilliant as they are, were like, we can fix this. We'll just make a big company. All of you guys are now under one company. So they founded the very first publicly traded company that the world has ever seen.
Wait,
The Dutch East India Company.
this is the first ever.
The first ever.
Whoa.
Daniel, in fact, this is how stock exchanges came into existence. The Amsterdam Stock Exchange was the world's first stock exchange, and it was created specifically to trade Dutch East India shares.
Crazy.
They did all kinds of crazy stuff too. They invented like borrowing on margin, doing futures trading. So you could, I don't know if you've ever looked into futures trading or anything.
I
like
haven't, no.
It's betting. It's betting on the stock market. So it looks like something like by August of this year will, I don't know, Bitcoin be above or below $100,000. It's like that.
And if it is, you get whatever.
Uh-huh. If it is, they're really bizarre how they work. It's like, if it is, you reserve the right to sell 100 stocks based on the futures price, but you only paid like a lower price earlier. It's really weird, and it hurts my brain. But yeah, the way that they work is like you can lose all of it, or you basically have infinite gain, assuming that a stock can grow infinitely.
Right. So here's a question: can you parlay them?
I don't know. I'd be surprised if you couldn't, honestly.
Because that'd be crazy.
Well, that's the thing, is dude, it's so weird. We're tangenting right now. Robinhood, you know Robinhood.
Yeah.
I dink around there sometimes just because you can do futures trading on anything, which doesn't make any sense to me. There was the last presidential election. You could do a futures on who's going to win. That's not futures. That's a bet.
Yeah,
it is a gamble.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl? You know what? I'm just going to pull it up right now and we'll see what kind of, dude, there are weird,
crazy stuff.
I was looking, I was like, what is the craziest thing I could find? And I was like, these are too crazy. I have no idea what this is. But the way that those ones work is that you can buy as many shares as you want for whatever price is listed. And they're always between 0 cents and $1.
Okay.
And if you win,
if
whatever you get is correct, then however many shares that you bought, you basically immediately sell them at $1 a piece. So like something that's really, really, really super likely. I know this is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So say something is like, is the sun going to come up tomorrow? That would be like a 99-cent share.
Oh.
And so
because it's
very likely.
Very likely.
So you'd pay 99 cents for as many shares as you want.
Yeah.
And if the sun comes up tomorrow, you get paid $1 for each of them.
So you're making like a penny on each.
Exactly. But if you bet for the Orioles to win the World Series and you pay 7 cents a share and you buy 1,000 shares, well, now you immediately sell them at $1 a piece.
Right.
So it's like that. Let me see. They're called prediction markets. Like, you got to be kidding me. You can bet on the climate.
Wow.
Here you go. San Francisco daily temperature high, February 26th, 2026.
You can, on the freaking weather.
Greater than 67, greater than 64, or greater than 65. That are the options.
Dude, that is insane.
We could do snowfall in New York City in February.
That's insane.
What else? There's always weird stuff. You can do crypto economics. Gas prices. Want to do gas prices in the US in February? Average. Will credit card rates be capped this year? Is something you can bet on. How much solar capacity will be installed in the US this year? Like, I don't know.
Like, so I just went to this one because like I know like Kalshi is like a big one like that they're
Yes,
pushing.
You can, yeah.
Bet on anything.
We should probably. I don't think it's a good idea. It seems pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think it's a really bad idea. But yes, and you can bet on anything.
Yeah, like
Anything.
one of the top movies right now, Scream 7, Rotten Tomato score above 45 or below 45. That's insane. Like, anyways,
Yeah.
I think
so.
This is
So
yeah.
Anyway, it all kind of points back to the Dutch East India Company and the first stock exchange.
Wow.
In Amsterdam. So there you go. This is crazy though. The government basically decided that this company could have sovereign powers. They could legally, from a Dutch point of view, wage war, negotiate treaties, build forts, mint coins, imprison and execute people, establish colonies.
What?
They could do anything they wanted to.
And this was sanctioned by the country. Like this company could do it.
The Dutch government was like, do whatever you guys want. You are sovereign. You are a new country. Basically, they had their own army. I saw here you go, in 1669 at its peak, 150 merchant ships and 40 warships.
I mean, I guess to protect.
Sure.
Right. That makes sense.
50,000 employees with a private army of, I've seen anywhere from 10 to 30,000 soldiers.
Okay. Like, I get it. You got to protect your stuff, but that's a lot of soldiers.
That's crazy. Here's more stats. Over its entire lifespan, which is 194 years, that's a long time. They sent nearly 1 million Europeans to Asia on 4,785 ships and transported 2.5 million tons of Asian goods. The nearest competitor, the English East India Company, was like a fifth of that. Wow. So they're just enormous. And again, $7.9 trillion.
Yeah.
Crazy. This part is really interesting. I don't have a ton of information on it, but we talked about it a little bit in Kowloon Walled City. Of the Europeans really didn't have much to offer for the spices.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, we don't have anything you guys want. So what the Dutch would do was they would trade. They would do like a whole bunch of intermediate trades. So they'd get like silver and copper from Japan in order to buy silk from India and porcelain from China. And then they could trade those in Indonesia for spices and then bring those back and sell those for more gold, in which they would go and restart this cycle. So they figured out a way to do it.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, we just, a little bit of seed money goes a long way, which is crazy. So this is where things get really crazy with this company. Again, they were not good guys. Let's talk about in 1621, it's the Banda Islands genocide. We talked about the Banda Islands. These are the Spice Islands.
Yep.
There's 10 little islands. They at the time were the world's only source of nutmeg. There were 15,000 Bandanese people that lived there, and they were traders, and they would just sell nutmeg to whoever offered the best price, right? You come in, they're like, this guy's going to buy it for more. We're going to sell it to him. Okay, cool. Well, the Dutch didn't like that. So they came in with their huge evil company and forced the Bandanese to sign treaties that said that they would only sell to the Dutch at fixed prices, which the Dutch set at really low.
Wow.
And so when the Bandanese continued trading with the English, the Dutch were not pleased. So in 1621, Jan Pieterszoon Cohen ordered a full military invasion using Dutch soldiers and Japanese mercenaries. 2,800 Bandanese were killed. There's 15,000 of them total. 3,000 of them were killed. 1,700 were enslaved. And then the rest were expelled to different countries. So effectively, the Bandonese population was completely wiped off the face of the earth.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is absolutely a genocide. And so having done that, they had complete control of the nutmeg. So pretty wild reason to eliminate a group of people
Yeah, no
for spices.
I'm just thinking, like, obviously they're trading with the English as well. I mean, I don't know if you looked into it, but like, do the English not like retaliate / be like, yo, what's going on? Like,
Oh, they fought all the time. Like, the Pirates of the Caribbean, it comes up even in there.
does it?
Yeah, they're always the East India companies are like fighting each other, and they would shoot at each other and kill each other and sink boats, and it was war. It was spice war.
The Dutch just had a bigger armada here.
Yep.
Jeez.
And I think more sovereignty as well. I'm not fully sure on that.
That would make sense though, because
the British weren't so crazy, I guess.
Right.
I mean, they're crazy, but they weren't just like, you could do whatever you want. Genocide, fine. That's fine.
Yeah, because
just bring me back.
Because as long as it profited the company, they didn't care to do whatever they wanted.
And
that's a scary thought.
Crazy. Yeah. And I should say that even to this day, the Netherlands is the third largest importer and exporter of spices. So it's lingered. Pretty crazy, huh? I was like, whoa, I don't know.
That's kind of heavy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'll make it a little bit worse before we keep going.
Great. Perfect.
So they completely remove this civilization. Well, how do you get the nutmeg now, Daniel?
You gotta get some workers.
Uh-huh.
And I'm guessing they've already established a slave trade.
They've got some sources. They've got some workers that they can just come up with, certainly. So they replaced the island population with slave-driven plantations. Yeah. Even worse. Well, not even worse, but in addition to, on other islands that they didn't control, they would burn spice trees. They would just light islands on fire so that nobody else could trade them. They would just kill people, whatever.
They just English really wanted a monopoly on this, huh?
Yeah, they did. And this was they were certainly a monopoly, and maybe the world's only super corporation. This is why when companies start getting too big, I'm sure you have a few coming to mind.
Yeah.
It gets bad because they get a little bit too powerful and they can kind of do whatever they want. And that's not a good thing because their motivations are not good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go. This is really interesting, Daniel, because we need to loop in some more episodes. It's been a little while and got a little dark there for a second.
It's been a while.
1667 Treaty of Breda. So the English and the Dutch were at war, and they're fighting back and forth, trading some territories. Again, Dutch territory is huge, all over the planet. British territory is huge, all over the planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're fighting, and eventually they decide that they're going to sign a treaty. And they basically said, whatever land that we both own right now, that's what we get to keep. Like we're good, right? We'll call it good. So as part of that war, the Dutch had taken from the English. The Dutch had taken from the English like the last island in the Spice Islands. They had one.
Okay.
And so then they wanted that. So they're like, cool, we got all of the islands. In exchange for that, England got New Amsterdam. Which should sound awfully familiar.
Does it?
New York City. It's Manhattan.
Oh.
So they traded islands.
Oh.
So they traded the island of Rouen for the island of New Amsterdam.
What? What? Okay.
So, and that was all for nutmeg.
Wow. Dude, this is crazy.
It's everything. It's everything.
Spices controlling the world, dude.
And how fitting is it that what became the new, like the modern history center of the New York Stock Exchange,
right?
I mean, Wall Street and the financial center of the world was based off of basically the Dutch, New Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yes, it was got traded to the English, but it was the Dutch who established basically these capitalist rules and how it worked. And that's exactly how it is today. It's the same. It's just, it's different, but it's the same. So,
wow. I'm just trying to like
crazy.
absorb it all and just like really take it in and then just let that settle. I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's cool to me.
It's cool. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's the right word for it.
Yeah.
Because it's cool, but it's also not cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you. Somebody understands me.
So this is really fun. The fall of the Dutch East India Company.
This is the imposing question I had from the beginning.
Right?
Yeah.
Daniel, I mean, we said it already, monopoly. How are they being a monopoly, right? They literally physically owned the only places where these things were produced.
Yep.
They did not exist anywhere else on the planet. They had all the islands, right? So that plan works as long as you have control of the spice, right?
Yep.
He who controls the spice controls the world, right? I don't know if you've read Dune. It's so Dune, or if you've seen the movies and stuff.
The spice trade.
The spice trade. It's the same thing, and I'm sure Frank Herbert did that on purpose. But anyway, it seems like such a big behemoth industry. But French horticulturist Pierre Poivre, it translates to Peter Pepper, which is awesome. He smuggled clove and nutmeg seedlings out of the Spice Islands and planted them somewhere else.
That's freaking awesome. You go.
Just that one little thing, it just completely shattered the monopoly. Because it's like all of a sudden they have it now too. And then all the French have to do is kind of just protect their stuff.
Wait,
while it spreads.
This French guy just kind of comes out.
I don't know how he did it.
Out of nowhere.
I didn't look into it, but yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, so he took it, planted it somewhere else, and then some Arab trader did the same thing. So they just took it and they spread it, and they're like, "Oh, the Dutch aren't the only ones that have access to this thing anymore."
Boom.
So now all of a sudden there's fair trade and competition, and there you go. And so just the company collapsed. And it wasn't an overnight thing, of course. I mean, this would have been over the course of decades. But there you go. So that was huge. There's other things they got squeezed out of: Persia, India, Bengal, by local political changes.
Right.
Just a lot of stuff going on. You're spread so thin. You're a small country, spread so thin. The same thing happened with the British. The same thing. It's really just an inefficient way to do everything. It's too big. So to directly do that trade is hard. There is a lot of corruption. So all this said, the people had low salaries within that company. Is really funny. They offered like 40% dividends on whatever you invested. So at the end of the year, you get like 40% back basically of whatever you put in.
Yeah.
And then you can reinvest it. It's nuts. They invented like everything that we still do.
Wow.
They paid really low, so there's all kinds of corruption, motivation by the local crew to do local things wrong.
Yep.
Is just dangerous. Disease, shipwrecks, violence. They're fighting all the time. They're basically in war all the time. and the dividends were too high, and they basically paid out more than they earned. So there you go.
That'll do it.
And then there was another war with the English that basically was just really, really expensive to them. And so the company, they had a charter. I don't know how all that junk works, but it was set to expire on December 31st, 1799. The assets and debts were then nationalized by the Dutch government, which I find really interesting. So they're like, all these boats now belong to the government. All the money, government. Debt, government. Which, of course, then means that it's spread to the people, right? So whatever. I don't know what their taxes and stuff ended up doing, but it was passed off to the people. So, but also, so was the rest of the infrastructure and money and whatever they did have. So pretty weird, pretty wild. But this, I mean, all of this, Daniel, it has shaped how our world is today. I mean, look at the list.
Yeah.
Look at the list. It is nuts. I mean, stock market and capitalism basically came out of this. Global cities were established because of this. Mumbai, Cape Town, Jakarta, Singapore, New York City.
Whoa.
All came from the spice trade. Cuisine changed completely across the world.
Yeah.
And these different staples became major players across the world. And and my notes say, and popcorn rent. Like I have no idea. I've never heard that.
Popcorn rent?
Peppercorn rent. Sorry. Peppercorn
I was
rent.
like,
we talked.
Yeah. I was like, is this different?
Yeah. Peppercorn rent. So I don't know, man. That's it. That's spices.
You guys
I
thought,
mean, it's a little bit, but it's everything.
You guys thought tuberculosis is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Was a thing.
Tuberculosis is linked to everything. Andre's linked to everything. And spices are linked to everything. I just was like, I did not do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like some of the other ones, I was like kind of tongue in cheek, like, haha, this is going to be fun to link all these. And then I was going through, I was like, wait a second. Gosh. Like that's so, yeah, I finally got to the end of this and I was like, wait a second, Singapore. Like,
yeah,
that was one too.
That's insane.
Spice, it's everything, man. So there you go. So what you have in your cupboard, man, don't take it for granted. There's hundreds of years of violence and extortion.
I don't know how that.
Yeah. So, I think it's different today. I hope it's so different today.
I hope so.
Yeah. I like to think so. But that's it, man. That's spices. Do you have a favorite spice before we close out here? Do you have a go-to?
Not that I cook with often, but around like
pumpkin spice.
I actually do enjoy oregano a lot. Whenever I do my pozole.
Yeah. Do you do Mexican oregano then?
Yes.
I don't know what the difference is, but there's a difference.
Yeah. And I douse.
It's good. It's way different though than the Greek oregano, or right? European.
Yeah, but
oregano, Mediterranean.
That's probably up there for me.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. Gosh, yeah. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of paprika.
Yeah,
I noticed it recently in like the prepackaged or like pre-made mixes or whatever that you get, and you're like, wow, that tastes really good. Paprika is almost always like top 3. It's like paprika, salt, garlic, right? Mm-hmm. And then you get a little bit interesting from there or whatever. But paprika goes kind of in a lot of stuff.
It goes hard.
I got a lot of little ones, and then that one's a big one. So there you go. Salt's a big one. Pepper.
I just recently got this pepper flakes, like for like pizza. You know how you get the red chili pepper?
Yes.
But the flat irons, there's a flat
iron
yes,
I know
that has all the different kinds.
Did you get the really, really spicy one?
I don't know. I got one because I went to a pizza joint that had their house one from the flat irons, and it has like 7 different peppers.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
But they have a face melter one that is brutal.
I'm gonna have to try.
It's so.
I'm gonna have to
hot.
try it.
It's so hot.
But I like.
Yeah,
It was
it's rough.
good. I was so good that I told the lady at the pizza joint.
Yeah.
I was like, "Do you guys sell this?"
Yeah.
Because I want some. She's like, "We don't, but I can give you some samples." And she like grabbed a bunch of them, and she was gonna go refill like the tables and like whatever. And I was like, "Are those all for me?" Knowing that they weren't. And she was just like, "No." I'm like, and then my wife was like, "Well, he'll take them all if he can." And she's like, "Okay."
All right.
And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my gosh, Daniel. You can just go buy it.
I mean, I know that, but that was the first time like I seen it, so I just wanted
You're
to buy.
excited. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're in the moment. You're in the moment.
And I mean, if it's free,
Free is pretty good. Free is pretty good. Oh, well, I had a ton of fun with this one, man. It's just the links grew and grew, and it was just I got a smile on my face every time I bumped into another one. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's another episode. So I hope you had a lot of fun with this one. I'm looking forward to your episode on the Cinema Logos.
oh yeah, that's a crazy name. Looks awesome. I kind of looked up, not looked up, but saw an image of one. I was like, whoa,
There you go.
they have an image.
Don't spoil it, because you can find that one hopefully if we do it. It'll be over as a bonus episode on the Patreon at patreon.com/doinglearning. Also hit us up on the Instagram, which we do some stuff sometimes.
We do.
It's fun. We're not great at it, but we're trying.
We're not
We're
great
getting
at all.
better.
But
We're getting better.
Little
So
baby
go
steps.
hit that one up at Doing Learning Pod. And I think that's all the things.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say, Daniel?
I don't think so. I think you hit them all.
Go USA on the Olympics.
It's over.
We'll just tidy that one up. It's over.
It's over.
We won hockey.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Oh, I had a ton of fun, Daniel.
Yeah.
I hope you did too. Can't wait for the next one. Make sure, go out there, do your own research, stay curious, stay spicy.
Stay Cinema Logos.
Hey everybody, we just like to take a moment to thank everybody out there that has thus far supported us. We do all these recordings and we love doing it. We have fun doing it, but we are paying out of our own pocket, but it does help when people like Liz D, Seth T, Irvin H, DaDog, Miles T, and Kirk K help us make this little podcast a reality and, lighten the load a little bit. So thank you from both of us and all of the fans. Thank you for helping us make this a reality. And if you guys want to help be part of the Doing Learning crew, you can do so by going to www.patreon.com/doing learning. I don't know why I said www.